What's up, you ILUS Army and ILUS family? Welcome back to the channel. Today is not the best day for ILUS or the stock market. As you can see, ILUS is down 7%, but we have some of the very important, very great update from ILUS's executive management team. As you can see on their Twitter account around the share restructuring. They are canceling out 40 million shares and they're updating us. They updated us this morning, so I'll be covering that particular news in this video. On the top of that, we'll talk about how that will impact in terms of their total outstanding shares. We'll look into some of the latest and greatest information around the reorganization on the uplisting plan, their share restructuring, and what the company wants to do as a whole, and what are their goals. We'll also talk about some of the recent updates around their acquisitions and how the company has been doing in terms of their acquisitions and revenue quarter to date, year to date, and all that kind of great juicy and important stuff. So hit that like button. Be sure you hit the like button so this video can reach to more and more people. Fundamentally, nothing has changed. Yes, this pandemic news is shaking up the stock market, and the market is down 2%, 603 points for Dow Jones. Nasdaq is close to 250 points down, but fundamentally nothing has changed, particularly for ticker symbol ILUS. This is an OTC traded stock. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because I've been covering a ton of information on PennyStocks, some of the great cryptocurrencies including VET, VeChain, VAT token. We have been talking a ton about Polygon, Solana, Bitcoin, and you name them, Dogecoin, Shiba Inu. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and get all the benefits that you can get out of this channel and from my research and analysis I like to share with the community and be a part of growing community on YouTube. Now let's take a look what has been happening with ILUS's stock. But before that, let me share this. There's an update on the share reduction regarding the 40 million cancellation. Here is the tweet once again regarding this 40 million share cancellation that we notified previously to be going through the legal process. We received the confirmation from our attorney that the next stage is completed and we are now approaching the court for the default judgment. And many people are praising this because, once again, if you think about ILUS and their massive stock, outstanding stocks, and if you remember, the company's goal, the executive management's goal is to bring that down below 1 billion. Take a look right here what people are reacting to this. Thanks for saying what you mean and meaning what you say. Comforting that you guys do what you say always works so hard for us. And I totally agree with this comment. One more person wrote here, the Twitter user, excellent job. 80 million shares already have been reduced for ILUS. Authorized shares now 40 million more coming as part of phase 1 of the SS reorganization as promised. So this is once again a great news. This is an OTC traded stock. If you haven't known this before, you really want to watch out my previous videos. We are down 9%, 10% in the last 5 days. For a month, we are down 16%. For 6 months, as you can see, 471% up. For year to date, a massive run up that we have seen from 4 cents to all the way to 51 cents, 1,075% up, which means $1,000 investment turned into $10,750 just within a few months. You can write it for free, and we have been talking on my channel. That's why you want to hit the like button, subscribe button, so you don't miss out on any of my videos, because I am writing for free for many stocks, including CYBL, that's another stock, a Cyberlux Corporation, because the way we do the strategy is once the stock goes up 2x, we sell 50% of our stock and then we ride the wave for free. Now, this is not a financial advice, but do your own due diligence, and you want to buy or sell based on your own strategy instead of listening to a random YouTuber. Now, let's talk about what ILUS is up to on the top of this particular share restructuring. They announced a while back. So this is the article. They announced around July 22nd, 2021. ILUS is in process of completing the reorganization of their share restructure or share structure that you know SS, and it is following the phased approach. Now, This is not an easy situation because it involves a ton of paperwork, economic and financial reporting within SEC and the court and whatnot. I'm not a lawyer by any means, but I wanted to say that it's a pretty complex process. So it's not one-stop shop and one then it's all done. So they are following up with this process, the goal of achieving outstanding share structure well below 1 billion in the first phase. And right now we're almost 6 months after July 16th, July 22nd, in a recent share structuring update letter to shareholders on July 16, 2021, their CEO clarified that there are several parties, multiple involving and moving parts involved into the reorganization of this share, which means that there is a significant amount of work is underway and for its completion. ILUS believed that it would not be prudent to update the shareholders OTC midway through the reorganization, as this would not be reflecting the full picture for their reorganization share restructuring initiative that they're working on. Now, how this will impact their outstanding shares right now is 1.2 billion. Now, if you think about below a billion, you're looking more or less close to 17 to 18% share reduction from the outstanding shares, and their authorized shares are 2 billion. As you see, that will be also reduced. I don't really have precise data up to what value, but I'll keep you posted. Right now, their market cap with the current stock price of 34 cents, 343, it's 451 million US dollars, as you see on my screen, and they have tons of initiatives going on right now. As we already see on a daily basis, they updated us on one of the enormous gigantic deal that they're working in the European region, which is right here, and this deal involves more than 2,000 new job creation. As you can see right here, let me just zoom in a little bit. This deal will bring in more than $8 million in 2022. So just next year, they will be creating also 2,000 additional jobs and $45 million in revenue for ILUS by 2025, which is followed by 5,000 jobs and $100 million in revenue by 2030 just by closing this project. So that's how massive this project is. And this acquisition is going to open up the doors for the European region, especially in the southeastern Europe. ILUS will be using this site to manufacture its completion commercial electric vehicle UTV range, as well as other equipments, OEM components for the EV electric vehicle and renewable energy industry. So this is going to be massive because their privatization, this acquisition that they're looking into is a huge privatization within the sector that includes 652,000 square foot manufacturing site from the government in Southeastern Europe. Not only that, they're also working on one of the massive deal in the Asian region that will be bringing more than $30 million in revenue just with this deal. As you already know that they're working aggressively, and they have done in first 2 quarters in UK and 2 in Middle East. So 1 UK deal acquisition and 2 Middle East acquisition, they brought in a ton of revenue, as you already know. And with this revenue, they're also adding, they're fueling their total revenue, their profitability, and now they're going to add this one of the biggest Asian acquisition with this humongous revenue, which is going to help ILUS's profitability and ILUS what they're up to right now. That is going to look super amazing. As you know, their year-to-date revenue based on their last earning $6.5 million US dollars with the gross profit of $1.9 million. So we're very close to $2 million just in gross profit, which is amazing. The revenue in Q3 was $3.1 million, and as you know that they acquired multiple acquisitions right after that, and the way the revenue spiked up is Q1 2021, the revenue was $509,000, little over $500,000, that bumped up to $2.86 million in Q2. Not only that, they aggressively moved forward in Q3. The revenue was $3.1 million with the year-to-date revenue of $6.5 million. This is one of the best growing OTC company aggressively. We know that we talk about many other companies, but this is leading by example in the OTC market. They have aggressive plans to get listed on Nasdaq. They're working tirelessly, and as I mentioned before with you, that what the Twitter handle is talking about, Twitter users are talking about, that they do what they say and they do what they mean. ILUS has been moving aggressively. Their goal is to become a $100 million revenue company very soon, within a couple of years. We're not talking about 5, 6, 7, 8 years. We're talking within 2 to 3 years. They want to become $100 million company. And if you think about what is aggressive, what is aggressiveness means in terms of revenue, you want to look into a $500,000 in revenue company wants to become a $100 million revenue company. They're already at 6.5 million. Now, if the 6.5 million goes to 65 million, because along the way, for that $100 million revenue that they want to book, there will be 65 million, which is 10x revenue, and that 10x revenue will be impacting this gross profit. As you see, this 2 million will be bumped up to 5 million, 10 million, 15 million. I don't know, and we'll be able to find out. But I know for the fact that their assets right now is 27 million, close to 27 million right now, with the liability of 10 million. So they still have 15 million asset in the game. The balance sheet is looking pretty healthy. Yes, they need to work on their share structuring a bit more, but that's the opportunity. That's the catalyst. If that was there, their stock price would be well beyond $1. And that it wouldn't be a great buying opportunity. Why I'm saying that this is a buying opportunity is because of the catalyst. The biggest catalyst is their acquisition. The second catalyst is the revenue and profitability that these acquisitions are going to bring in. Third is they're going to become a $100 million revenue company. The fourth one is the way they are growing their footprint into the global market. There will be additional room for ILUS to grow as a company. The fourth and the biggest one is also the Nasdaq uplisting. This is an OTC traded stock. Remember, not many people can buy at the moment, and we saw that ILUS was at 0.001, 1/10 of a penny. That stock went to 51 cents all-time high. We are looking into 37%. Yes, you can say that the stock is down, but if you take a look from 451 cent, let me go back, and we should be able to see that 51 cent price point somewhere around here. From 51 cent, we are looking 28% down. So it's not that big of a downturn. Now you need to consider that this is OTC stock. It can go 200, 300, 400% up. It can go 15%, 50% down as well, 100% down as well from their peak. So you want to be careful when you buy ILUS or any other OTC stock that we talk on this channel, and you want to watch, you want to stay updated with what's going on, because this is mostly based on some of the great news. The stock shoots up. If the market goes down, if there is not so great news about that particular OTC company, it may drop 50%, 70%, 80%. So you want to be careful, and you want to bake that risk versus reward initiative into it, because remember, that's why I say that you want to ride for free. This is going to be a great opportunity, because 34 cents can hit 68 cents. We know that. If it goes to 25 cents, 50 cents can be hit once again. At that point, you want to sell 50% of your total investment, which means the rest 50% that you have. Let's say if you bought for $1,000, you want, and it went to $2,000, you want to sell 50% of your total stock. So the rest of $1,000 now that you have in the stock, it is for free. Now you can ride the wave for free, and don't worry about it. That money won't wake you up at night. So only invest the money that doesn't wake you up at night, because you can make a ton of money in OTC stock, in any other penny stock. You can lose them as well. There are great opportunities, and I would say, yes, there is a fear with the pandemic going on in the market, but that's an opportunity to buy something, because we have seen that fundamentally great companies, the stock get back up. We saw repeatedly, if you take a look at Nasdaq, how it reacted last time when we were in pandemic and what it did. So we went down. If you take a look, right? So this is the chart, the way Nasdaq goes up. It goes up, up, and up. Yes, there will be ups and downs. If you take a look at year to date, overall, we saw that there was a spike. We went back down, and then we started going once again up, and we hit more than 15,900 points for Nasdaq. From that point onwards, we went above 16,000. As you see, 16,057.44 on November 19th. Then we went back down, we went back up, and right now we are down due to some of the fear that is going on within the pandemic. Now, this will go back up. If you take a long shot, you should be able to see that even if people thought like, oh, from 9,500 we went down to almost cut in half, or not cut in half, but 6,500. From 6,500, take a look how how solid growth we looked up in just 1 year, March 2020 to November 2021, 1.5 year, we saw 133% gain just in Nasdaq. So I just wanted to bring this to you guys. Hope you like this. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. I'll keep you posted. Thanks for watching. Have a great investing. Happy investing.